Good morning. Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm just setting up my camera here, and I'm going to load our comments from my other phone. Perfect, there we go. And I'll just give everyone a minute to come in. Hi Lou, thanks for joining. Hi Kim. Hi Rachel, thanks for joining. I'm going to give everyone a minute to come in and I'll introduce myself and we'll get right into it. I'm really excited. I was up really late last night planning out my cover. I tend to overthink these things. And while we're waiting for everyone to come in, I just wanted to share with you guys, I am so excited. This morning, one of my purchases from Amazon came in, and I ordered the new Distress color. So my Uncharted Mariner is finally here. Finally, yay! I ordered it probably about 3 weeks ago, I want to say, just after it came out. And I'm really excited. So I have both the ink and the oxide because I collect both. I love them both for different reasons. The Distress inks play more like your watercolor paints. So when you put them down, you can move them, and the pigment on them is so amazing. And that's how they kind of react, and they play like your watercolor paints. And I do watercolor with these quite a bit. And then, of course, the oxides are so fabulous. They actually, when you spray them, so when you put them down and you spray them, they oxidize with the undertone of another color because they're infused with two. And then they have like more of a chalky vintage old sort of feeling to them when they dry. And you get all kinds of fun techniques using oxides as well as your inks, and they both play beautifully together, but they're very much different. So I wanted to share that. Hi Philippa, thanks for joining. So I'm going to get right into it. I am Fifi the Paper Crafter across social media. I am a mixed media artist and a digital designer. And I am on Etsy. My Etsy shop is Fifi's Digital Designs. I have my own Facebook group. It's called Fifi the Paper Crafters Creative Community. And I'm no longer on Instagram, guys. My account was hacked about a week ago. So don't, yeah, if you guys are on Instagram, unfriend me there. Because that's not good. So what I've done, I've gone ahead and I've printed one of the pages of my new kits, because this is the one I'm going to use for the cover. Now, I'd shown you a book that I had made probably about a year ago for a friend of mine, and it had a bird cover on it, so I thought this would be perfect. And I do it in a way that's kind of like this, with a vintage zipper. So I still want to kind of do something with this. So I'm going to show you guys a way to use your old vintage zippers. So that's going to be really fun. So I have that kind of aside. I will quickly walk you guys through the kit, and we will continue working on our cover. So that's what we did last time, guys. We reinforced our spine, we gutted our book, and we've covered it in fabric, and then I put a layer of gesso over top of our cover. So we'll go on to the next part, and we built up our spine. So we do have it reinforced. I've used packing tape here to protect our book, and then this is where our spine's going to sit, and then we have other things to do to the spine, so we'll do that once we're ready for signatures. So I'm going to show you guys quickly my new kit. So I've posted under the group files my digital kit that I just retired from my shop. It is called Fall Field Notes. And this is one of the kits that I have to replace it. So in my shop. So just wanted to share that. All my kits are about $10 Canadian. Unless it's a smaller kit, then it's $5. So I just wanted to share that. My kits are usually between 28 and 34 pages. And I'm keeping them closer to 34 pages going forward. So I just wanted to share that. So this one here has 13 pages of elements. Sorry, 14 pages of elements and 20 book pages for 34 total. So that one here is one of the the bunny envelopes I did this one here with birds. And it has a little frame on the side. Sorry guys, my lighting is terrible. I have the morning sun coming in. I have, and it was, this one's like baby forest animals. So I have the little baby wolves here. This one's baby cougars and little baby raccoons. This one here has pockets. So these are like a corner pocket that you'd fold it here, right along here, and this tucks under, and then you fold it over. So you can put them like on the corners like this of your pages. So one side would have like a half like this, and then the other side would have a square like that. And then you can either glue it down on one side and then mat over it, or you can glue it along the bottom to make yourself a pocket on either side. So I leave that totally up to you guys. That has two small envelopes here that you just fold in for. And then I have some little fussy cut mushrooms. And then for here, I have little journaling cards. When I designed this one, I had like a tablet in mind. So they're all the same size and similar so that you can cut them out and you can actually, because I'm going to show you guys, this is another project we're going to do. So I can show you guys how to do that. Creating like a little matchbook flip and using these pages as your like little tablet to go inside. So I'll show you guys how to do that because there's eight of them. And then again, little ducks and little bunny fussy cuts. And this one here is pockets. So again, this way, little pockets, and I have some words here on little labels that I had created. So it says document nature. I left 2 blank for the recipient to label whatever they want. Journal, there's 2 of them, and this book belongs to. And I did the same thing for this one. I did journal, this book belongs to, and I left 4 blank. So it gives you some options. And then there's another pocket here, and I love the frame. So the idea with the frame in this kit is that you can add your own photographs, because I know people like to both journal and scrapbook and do different things. So that's kind of what I had in mind here. So you could take like a small little photo or any of the pages that have the element of the frame. You can either fussy cut some animals and put it in there, or you can use photos. So I just kind of wanted to give the creator some creative freedom. So that's just an idea that I had that I wanted to share. And then at the top here, I have 2 pockets, one with some florals and my little baby cougars over there. And then I have 2 pages of journaling cards, which gives you 12. So I made them into postcards. So I have the little elements here with all the animals, similar to my pages, and same with here with the different elements. And I love how this one turned out with the Canada geese. And then I have fussy cuts at the bottom, some mushrooms and some lotus flowers. And then here I have some bunny tags, and I have Queen Anne's lace in the center. This kit has 24 tags. Hi Sarah, thanks for joining. Hi Linda, thanks for joining. This one here has ducks, some florals, and it has mushrooms, and I have elk over here. And again, there's a little baby elk there. Because that's kind of the theme for this, guys, all baby animals and forest, and it's really soft. And then here I have some birds and some more bunnies and more birds, and the ducks again over here on these tags. And then the elk with the bunnies and my wolves, more bunnies and mushrooms. So those are all the elements. And then I have 20 pages that we're going to fold in half and put into our journal. So I gave everyone the option. If you want to purchase my kit to follow along with me, you're absolutely welcome to do that. But don't feel like you have to, because I've posted into the group files a kit that I retired, and it's called Fall Field Notes. And I believe it's I want to say 28 pages or 26 or 24 pages, something like that. It's in the 20s. So I posted that underneath the group files. So I just wanted to share. So that's our first page with our wolves and our bunnies, and I did some botanicals. This one here has a 1866 poem about trees, and I have the birds here in the nest, and then over here I have the wolves. Okay. And then over here I have bunnies, and I have the Canada geese. And here I have bears, and I have raccoons, and botanicals. Same with here, I have Queen Anne's lace and mushrooms and raccoons. And again, we just fold them in half, guys, and that's how we're making our signatures. I just wanted to share. These will make great journaling pages, so you can either leave them blank and do lots of journaling, or you can add pockets and all sorts of different things. So this one here is the mushrooms and the Queen Anne's lace. Hi, Kay, thanks for joining. And this one here is botanicals and mushrooms. And I added a pop of color in there, so there's thistles and buttercups. This one here is the baby cougars. I have a little fox down here with all kinds of botanicals, and I have some birds and a nest. I printed 2 of these ones, so this is what we're going to use for the cover, but I also wanted a page into the book. So if you ever want to do that, just, you know, print multiple pages. Or sometimes I repeat my pages in my books depending on how many signatures I have and where things are positioned. So I just wanted to share that. Essentially, the user has creative freedom. So, like, feel free to do anything. And same with the other thing I wanted to convey too, that I even myself that I like to do. Sometimes I blend kits. So if I'm making this, 3 or 4 signature journal, and I've only got a kit that has, say, 28 pages, then I can use multiple kits from multiple designers, and then I can blend them. And I've shown that in my group where I've done videos on how to do that, how to take a similar theme from 3 different designers and then come up with this beautiful journal. So I just wanted to share that. And this one here with the bunnies and the botanicals. This one here is one of my favorite pages. It's like lattice that's super fancy. And then it has the Queen Anne's lace here with the bunny. And here's another one of those pages with the frames where you can put your own picture in. Or you can fussy cut some animals or whatever you'd like to do. And I did 2 variations of that here. Sorry. Oh, and I've printed this one twice. Here we go. That's printed twice. So I'm just going to pull one of these. I don't know how I did that, but I did. Okay. And then there's this one here. And I have a wreath of flowers, again, with the beautiful lattice. Okay. And then here, I've added in the birds and some hummingbirds. I like how that turned out. It's very soft. Lots of birds, lots of baby animals. And then I blended, this is actually a picture taken locally. And it's, I'm not sure if you guys can see because it's very, very faint. And I like to do it like that if I'm using an actual photograph. It's a forest that overlooks one of the lakes here in Nova Scotia. And then I have on here the poem, again, about the trees from 1886. And it just makes such a soft, beautiful journaling page. So you can faintly see the background, but you can still journal over it. That was kind of where I was going with that. And this one here has foxes and script. And I have raccoons here and a deer. So I really love that one. And these are my 2 favorite pages that I did. This one here has the ducks on one side, the little chicks. And this one here has the cougars and the wolves. And this one I kept more simple, and I figured for journaling, or you can do a pocket or whatever you like. I have the wolves at the top, and I have some mushrooms at the bottom. So I just wanted to share that. Hi, Tammy. Thanks for joining, love. Hi, Glynis. Hi, Linda. Hi, Sarah. So that's the new kit. I just wanted to quickly share. And then we're going to get right into it, and we're going to continue with our... So I'll be using this in my book, and we'll continue with our cover. So right here we go. So I've got gesso on here. So I can do anything, guys. I can, at this point, I can either use my distress inks and sprays, or I can use acrylic paints. And it doesn't matter which, just as long as you seal it all in with your gel medium. So I just wanted to share that. So the first thing I'm going to do, I want to keep this nice and vintage and soft. So I have a couple of sprays in front of me that I want to use. And I'm going to use two from Tim Holtz. I have his Distress Oxide spray in Vintage Photo. I have his Distress Oxide spray in Speckled Egg. And my other favorite brand that I love to use is Seth Apter. And I have Seth Apter's Eyes Ink spray, dye spray. They're made in France by the company Aladdin. And I have them in coffee and turquoise. And I just wanted to share this, guys, because I'm not sure if you're familiar with Seth Apter products, if you can see the difference in the container size. Tim Holtz are 1.9 full ounces, and Seth's are 2.7 full ounces. So I'm really excited because these play like a distress spray stain. So that's kind of what they've replaced for me. So it's really exciting. And then of course your Distress Oxides, I'll show you how these play together. And the colors are quite different, which is super exciting too. So I want to make sure that I'm completely in focus so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, it's funny because it's strange for me to even be live at this hour at 12 o'clock. I'm normally, I'm a night hawk, and I don't usually do lives until the evenings. So this is kind of a first for me too. Oh, I think we're sideways. There we go. That might be a little better. Yeah, that's better. So I want to make sure that we have a really good shake, because you have to really shake these, guys, to make sure that you have all of your pigments off the bottom before we can use them. And I'm going to want a paper towel. Here we go. So again, we're spraying on fabric that's on top of our book, because we've covered it in fabric, and then I added a layer of gesso so that it takes our pigments. And it also protects it protects the cover. There we go. I have some bullseyes, but I'm not worried. There we go. So there's our first layer. And then I'm going to come in with the Seth Apter dye spray. So I just give it a little shake. You don't have to really do anything. And I also wanted to share that there are no clog. So they do not clog, and they're fast drying. So that's the other thing about the Seth Apter sprays. That's good to know. And this is a beautiful coffee color. And as you can see, it's quite different from the Distress. It kind of dries more like a chocolate kind of color, and I absolutely love it. There we go. So I'm going to pull out my heat tool, and I'm going to dry this before going in with the next color. Oh. I'm not plugged in. Okay, hold on. Sorry, guys. There we go. Now I'm plugged in. So I just want to come in and I want to give this a nice quick dry so I'm not smearing and smudging my background. And this is the other thing I wanted to share too, because the next step after using the Distress Inks and Oxides, I'm going to be putting Tim Holtz collage paper down. So when we put Tim Holtz collage paper over top, you want to heat set your inks and your oxides so that they don't move once you add that layer of gel medium. So if you go in wet, they're going to move everywhere. But when you heat set it, you'll get less of that, and I will show you. Here we go. So I'm getting that nice, vibrant coffee color. This is the first time I'm using the Heat It tool from Ranger. I absolutely love this, and it's nice and quiet. So now I don't feel like I'm blasting everyone with the noise. My my embossing gun's from Michaels, so it's Recollections brand, and it is so loud. So I'm quite happy to have this now. There we go. I have that nice coloration on the spine. Perfect. So I'm really happy with that so far. Yeah, you see guys, we're pretty much dry. And then I want to come in with my speckled egg. So this is kind of how I do like a patina kind of effect. Oh, they're so much fun. They very much play like a Tim Holtz Distress Spray Stain. But then he's got some colors here. And I'm going to show you guys these. And, like, look at the mica. It's just gorgeous. This is his Gold Mine. And this one here is his Antique Pearl. And they are just gorgeous. So these ones you do have to shake to get all the mica off the bottom. But his regular line of just the dye sprays, you don't have to shake them. I just mix them around a little bit and that's it. Whereas the Distress Oxides, you have to make sure you're getting all that pigment off the bottom. So I just wanted to share that. But these are fabulous. And they very much play similar to Tim Holtz Distress Mica Stains. So I just wanted to share that. In fact, I'm sure that's probably, yeah, we're not too far off, right? One's probably a warmer gold and this one's a cool gold. So I just wanted to share that. That's Flickering Candle. Tim came out with the mica sprays at Halloween and Christmas. They were a seasonal product. So that's one of them. So we're going to come in with speckled egg. And I order all my products on Amazon, guys. So I just wanted to share that. And then I will show you too quickly while I'm shaking this. Like this is the difference in the size of bottles, guys. So there's your, yeah, right here, guys. This is your Icing Spray from Seth. This is your Distress Oxide, or the same as the Distress Spray Stain from Tim. The difference is 2.7 full ounces and 1.9 full ounces. And then, of course, his Distress Mica Stains, they're only 1 full ounce. So that's a huge difference in terms of bottle size. So for me, I would prefer probably to buy Seth's Icing sprays opposed to buying Tim's distress spray stains. So I just wanted to share that. That's kind of what it's replaced for me. And then, of course, I love Tim Holtz Distress Oxide sprays because nothing plays like these. So it's, you know, it's just a matter of comparing products, what you prefer to use, opposed to, you know, like, it's your personal preference. So I just wanted to share that. That's what my personal preference is, and I just wanted to share. Here we go. So that should be good now. And then I've got speckled egg. And I just want to kind of give this like a patina kind of effect. Like that. And anywhere where we've kind of... There we go. And we've got some white here. And I don't really mind too much if I'm getting some bullseyes. There. So that just kind of gives us that. There we go. And I'm super happy. And I might even feel like this might not be dark enough. Let's be a little bit more bold here. And we're going to go in with some more coffee from South After. So we have a little darker. And you can do that. More grungy. That's me, right? A little bit more grungy. And then I also have, I want to give it a little hint of the turquoise from South. So just, there we go. That's going to give us a little something. And that's how I would essentially create like a background. And then you heat set your layers and you just let it all play. And see, I can push that around. And I think I want some more turquoise because that's kind of turning green on me because of the gesso. There we go. Right like that. And then, of course, I can come in with, I'm just going to come in with a piece of paper, guys. So it doesn't really matter too much. And this is super fun. I'm just going to crinkle it to give it some texture. This is just a normal piece of paper. Nothing on it. And I'll slide my book down a bit. And it doesn't matter if I get it on the inside. And I'm going to pick up my mess. Oh, I probably should wet it first. I got my handprint on there. Here we go. Yep, there we go. I just use my distress sprayer. And I basically use this to clean up my mess. And we're just going to wipe it all up. There we go. Well, I ripped. That's okay. I can use that in a collage later or on my jelly plate. So for me, I don't really clean up a mess with, I do clean up a mess with my paper towels, but for me, I can salvage this and use it for something else. So if I have a mat full of inks, I will do this before, like my final. Oh, whoops. Sorry, guys. There. So I've picked some of it up. So I'm happy with that. And that'll give me something neat to collage with later once it dries. Okay, and then I'm going to come in with my water and my paper towel just to get it off my mat. There we go. So that's what I like to do before I actually clean up my mess. I like to pick up what I can. There we go. There, perfect. So I can come back in with my book. We're going to heat set this, and then we're going to do the next step. And I have two Tim Holtz collage papers in front of me. I have his collage paper in Botanical, and I have his collage paper in Typeset. I just like to have some kind of a background before I go into that. So in this stage, you would want to do some kind of a solid background with your distress inks, your distress oxides, or your South After sprays. You wouldn't want to do any kind of stenciling. Because if you do stenciling and you have like some kind of cohesive design going, the gel medium will smear and smudge that. So I just wanted to share that. So for me, I just do some kind of a solid color pattern that I really like, and your gel medium is going to push it all around. And you guys will see that in a second. So I just want to make sure we're nice and dry. I'm loving how that took the pigments. And I'm not too worried about the front cover because I'm going to cover most of it up with my images. So I just wanted to share that. But I still want it to be there so it'll kind of show underneath everything else. And I like some sort of cohesive thing across my book. So I just wanted to share that. Yeah, we're still really wet. Okay, it's alright, that's like a lift. I do. I love the blues and the browns together. It's like a nice vintage sort of patina look. Oh, thanks, guys. It's a lot of fun. I absolutely love mixed media. And that's how I've pretty much learned a lot of this stuff as you go. I mean, I've taken watercolors and acrylics and oils in school, but in terms of like, you know, our sprays and all these new products that we have now, that's how I've learned to play with them, guys. It's just a lot of trial and error. How this works with this and how that works with that. And what happens if you do this and what happens if you try that. And that's really how I've learned how to play with all this stuff, is just trial and error. So I'm happy to share my tips, tricks, and how I use things. And how to get the most out of your mixed media products. So that's kind of what I do. Hi Kim, thanks for joining. Yes, Tammy, I live for grunge. Tammy will tell you, I live for the grunge. There we go. So I think that's about as good as we're going to get for now. And then the other thing I wanted to share too. So when I showed you guys my brush the last time, my brush was absolute solid glue mess from my gel medium. So I still need to clean it probably a little bit better, but I just wanted to share. So this is Murphy's Wood Soap. Well, see, I'm losing gel medium here. When you, it's probably, yeah, it still needs to be cleaned better, but I can actually move my brush now, if you guys can see that. So I have it soaking in Murphy's Wood Soap and water, and that's about the only thing that you're ever going to be able to use to get your gel medium and your thick stuff out of your brushes. So just wanted to share that. It is the absolute best thing for cleaning your brushes. So I've just put some in water and I have it soaking there. So I'm not going to use it today because it's covered in gel medium still, but it's definitely workable now because it was like a solid glue mess. So don't feel like you ever have to throw out your paintbrushes. What I do is I just put some Murphy's Wood Soap on it and let it soak in water, and then I'm able to clean it. So I just wanted to share that. So the first one we're going to use, I have an end of the roll here. No, that's the new one. Okay, I have the end of the roll here. So we have just a little piece left here. Oh, and we are stuck. All right, here we go. So these are Tim Holtz collage papers. So I don't want to put this down as like a solid piece. You can, but if you guys can see, if my book was that big, that's exactly what I would do. But my book isn't that big. It's quite a bit bigger. So I'm going to tear it. And then I'm going to collage it on in a way that I think is going to look good. So this is super fun. And I'm just going to tear some of this out in different patterns, different ways. And again, it's a junk journal, guys. It does not have to be perfect. Although I will agree, I am a perfectionist. Like, Tammy and I were laughing last night because I was up super, super late planning out my cover. How is this going to work? And what am I going to do? Am I using paints? Am I using distress? What am I going to do? So, yeah. I tend to overthink. Okay, so we want this to be closer to the top because we want our words to all go the right way. So I'm assuming something like that. And I love this flower. I don't know if I'm going to cover the front cover because I have so many things going onto the front cover that you probably won't see it anyways. But for the rest of the book, like the back and across the spine, or I could even do this and have that going across here. I actually like that. We'll do it like that. Yeah. And then this one here, right like this. So this is where I like to just kind of plan it all out. It's a lot of fun. Okay, I have this beautiful flower here. And again, I'm getting some of the background, not a lot of the background, but that's okay. That's the whole kind of point of tearing it, right? There we go. And I'm going to have this beautiful thing that's going to go right across here like that, right at the bottom. And same with here. Yeah, I don't add pockets or anything to the back of the journal. Or like the same, like it's not the same as the front cover. The front cover I do 3-dimensionally and I add all kinds of things from textiles to laces to you name it, right? But, so I go crazy with the front cover, but the back cover, I like to keep it simple, but I do like some kind of coordinating kind of design going through. And then I'll show you what I do with the spine too. That'll be like our next little thing that we do. So it's just a lot of fun. And there's no right or wrong way. There's a billion ways you can do a cover. You can, and there's lots of ladies that love the shabby chic style, and they make such beautiful journals. And they do layers and layers of fabrics and laces and textiles, and they use those sari silk trims with the beads and it's just incredible. And then they add the vintage lace and all sorts of different things. So I just wanted to show that. There's so many ways and different styles that you can make into your journals. So I like that with the leaves kind of going this way and that way, and then these two pieces. And then it's not going to look too full. And then I have Tim's typography, and I could add some more, like I've got some numbers here. Let's see. I like that. Right off the bat, the 755. Let's use this, and we'll put that here. And I'll show you how these all kind of blend together. This will make them blend. Okay. And just right across here. Sorry guys, I know I'm off camera right now. I'm just trying to... There we go. And we'll get these all laid down. Yep, this one here is Tim Holtz collage paper in typeset, and this one is his botanical. He has quite a few different designs, and his birds, the aviator, that's one of my favorites, and his Christmas collage papers are beautiful, and he's got ones with like maps and vintage ledger. They're really nice, so I just wanted to share. So I use Liquitex products, guys. I started out using Tim Holtz, and I just feel like the containers are getting smaller and smaller for the same price as these. And I use 16 full ounces, and I pay the same price for this as I do a container of Tim Holtz. It's quite expensive in Canada, so I use what you have. Gel medium is essentially an ultra matte gel, or a gel ultra matte. It's all the same product, and it's the same across the board. It looks the same, it smells the same, it works the same. I do the resist technique with this, just like Tim does with his. So essentially, gel medium is gel medium, like gesso is gesso, and just buy the brand that works for you, that's available to you, that you can get, that you like to use. So that's just my suggestion. So don't feel like you have to run out and get the Tim Holtz stuff, because I did that, right? And don't feel like you have to, same with the texture paste. You know, I've switched everything to Liquitex. The only thing I am looking for, though, is a good crackle paste. I have the Tim Holtz one, and I'm not loving it. And I'm not using his actual texture paste. I'm using the paint. It's the crackle paint in Clear Rock Candy. That's the one I have, and then I've used his crazing. So I wasn't too happy with either products, because I know I can get grippy, huge crackles. And that's the thing too. I think you're just supposed to get small crackles with that one, not the big crackles. So I just wanted to share that. It looks more like water when you put it down. So this is really cool, guys. So essentially we have our first layer to make sure that the whole thing's down, and then we're doing our layer over top. And it doesn't matter. I can have, if you guys can see, I can have little wrinkles. It doesn't have to be perfectly smooth. If any of you guys have decoupaged with napkins, this is very much the same method. And then I just layer my collage medium down over top, and I love that I'm picking up the mixed media, the background, and I've got this beautiful green color going because of the green and the brown mix, and it's just lovely. Okay. And I don't mind. If I contaminate that a little bit, I can always take my palette knife when I'm done and scrape it off in there. And then when we're completely coated, we know that we're sealed. There. And that's how I collage down tissue papers. And again, you can do the same thing with a napkin, or tear-resistant tissue from Ninny's Napkins. I recommend her products as well. And also, you know, your Prima papers and your Stamperia rice papers and anything like that. I've even, guys, my favorite method too, it was years before Tim Holtz collage papers became available in Canada. So I started making my own collage papers by taking Tim Holtz stamps and stamping on tissue papers, like, you know, like regular tissue paper that you get from the dollar store. I would do shiny side down so the matte side is up, and I stamp them with my Tim Holtz stamps, and I do the same thing because it creates like a tissue paper, and I collage it down. And actually, I have an example of it right here, and it turns out beautiful, just like this. See, you can't tell that there's one of my collaged pieces. So same thing, that's a Tim Holtz stamp. And I did that on tissue paper. So I just wanted to share that. That's a wonderful way to make your own. Here we go. I'm loving that, how it's playing. And see, I have less of it moving around too much too, because of the heat setting it. So I'm getting a little bit of like move, but not too much. It gives it a neat effect. And I can spray seal this with Distress Resist spray, or like I have a sealer that's a spray. So I don't have to go over the whole thing with gel medium if I don't want to. So I just wanted to show that. There we go. Oh, and I gotta go up a little higher. Perfect. And I just like to smooth it out and kind of make sure the whole thing is down. Sorry guys, I need to make sure that I'm better in focus. That's better. I have this awful tendency of pulling everything towards me. All right, I'm going to take some of this out because I feel like I'm just contaminating it. All right. And that's okay. I am not seeing my palette knife. That's okay. You know what? I've got a clean brush pretty well now. Here we go. I'm just scooping it out. That's the great thing about using the Tim Holtz Distress Media Mat. The Mixed Media Mat. There we go. And I like a nice coat. There we go. Make sure the whole thing is put down. And when you're using the gel medium, you never really know what you're going to get underneath when you're doing it over the distress. And it'll dry lighter than it actually is. So I just wanted to show that. I'm getting like a green color. All right, there we go. And then I can come in and add the 725 right here. And you want to make sure your gel medium is nice and wet when you put this down. There we go. Yeah, I'm probably going to come in right like this. Okay. It doesn't matter if things overlap. You just want to make sure that, I want to make sure that's straight. There we go. Whoops. And it's more resilient too than napkins. I find the napkins tear much easier than Tim Holtz collage paper. So if it comes up, it's easy to position it and put it right back down. There we go. And then again, I want to get rid of that paint, the color. See, it's giving me like a nice turquoise green. I'm loving that. There we go. I got some crinkles on here. So this is a great start of a background. I'm really happy with this. Nice and vintage and grungy looking. There we go. Then I will come right in here and I want to do this over the, so I want to make sure I get into the crease like that. Then I have a good, yeah, and then right like this over here. And good coat right into here. So that's going to stick. That's already wet. I'm just going to bring that over a little bit. There we go. And there. And then I can take the end of my paintbrush and just give this like a little finesse so that it goes right into the crease of my book. So if you're doing that on the cover, I just wanted to share that. That'll just give you this nice little finesse into the crease, and it'll go right in. There we go. Then I want to get rid of that color. Oh, this will be much lighter once it's all dry. There we go. And I've blended that right into my flower. There we go. And then the other one that I want to put down is right here at the top. So, right here. Yeah, right. Like that. And same thing, I'm just going to add it right to the crease here, right in there. There we go. And right into here. We got a little crinkle there. That's okay. And then it'll dry later. Perfect. So I'm really happy with that so far, guys. So yeah, we've got right into here and they've gone right into the crease. So when I fold the book out, it's going to look perfect. So you just kind of want to keep that in mind. And then once it's dry, it'll show up lighter than it is. I'm just going to quickly check my time. And I'll show you the other stuff that we have, but we're going to let this dry and then we can move on to our next step. So for the front, I showed you the bird and the zipper that I want to use. But then I also have some, this is one of my favorite things to do, guys. I have Tim Holtz Sizzix botanicals here, all kinds of them. And I'm going to layer these so that I have like a three-dimensional look. There we go. And then I have his tattered butterflies, and I want to put those onto the cover as well. So we can kind of layer them up like this, and we can put them onto our cover. And then I have botanicals, so we can kind of have them coming out of wherever I have the birds coming from. So once it's dry, we can kind of figure out the next step. So just wanted to share if you guys want to follow along. So that's what I'm using. I'm using his wildflower stems 1 and 2. They're all here. And then I have his tattered butterflies in a big sty. And I've got, yeah, 1257. All right, I'll leave it at that, guys. So we can let this dry and then we can come on to the next step. So what I'm going to do this week, I will quickly show you. I'm going to go through and I'm going to separate my pages between my my elements. So basically I pull off all the pages of elements and then I'm left with all my journal pages. And what I like to do, this is the stage where I kind of like to do my stamping, my stenciling, and to get it ready for signatures. So essentially, I'm going to be folding these all, and I want to show that, folding these all in half and planning out my 2 signatures. So I usually do about anywhere from 6 to 10 pages per signature. It just totally depends on how big the journal is and what I'm doing. So I just wanted to share that. So this is how I'm going to fold them and put them all together. And so basically, for anyone new who's never put a journal together before, essentially I'm going to do this. So I'm just going to fold them all in half. And once I have them all perfectly, sorry guys, in half, I'm going to stack them in a method that looks like this. So I have 2, and I'm going to open up the one that I want to start and finish my signature, and then I'm going to put the next one in like this. And it'll go like that for the whole entire journal. And then what I sometimes like to do for the middle is fold it the opposite way. So it goes like this. If you guys can see that. Sometimes I have a double-sided thing, and I like the bold elements to do it like this. So this is how I'm kind of the center of my journal, and also how I start a journal. So I just wanted to share that. So this would be a great page to either start a signature or to finish it. This one here. So I look for like more like brights and that sort of thing. So I just wanted to share that. That's how I would probably put that together. And then you don't have to keep it in order either. Like, so go through and see what works for you as to how exactly you want to put these together. When we come back, mine will be together, and I will show you how I've done it. And I'm going to do my stamping and my stenciling ahead of time. So it's kind of everybody's homework. We're going to do our stamping and our stenciling on our pages, and have it ready for next week. Because next week we're going to finish up the cover, and we're going to sew in our signatures and attach them to the inside of the book. And once they're in, then we can start making ephemera pieces and elements, and then we can start adding them in. So we just need to have our backgrounds, like the white space. You can cover them with scrapbooking paper, you can collage them, you can stamp them, ink them, you can do whatever you want. So I just wanted to share that. So I'll share what I've done, and we all can continue doing that. And if it's not finished for next week, it's no big deal, because we can kind of work around it. I just like to do the stamping first, like my script stamping and things, just so that it's already done, because sometimes it's hard once you have it in the book to actually stamp it properly. So I just wanted to share that. So like I might add like something to a bottom corner kind of later, but in terms of if I want like the whole page to be done like flat and script stamped and perfect or heat embossed, then I do it first. So I just wanted to share that. Oh, thank you so much for having me, Lou. This has been so much fun. And again, I'll be back in 2 weeks, guys. And I think Tuesdays are pretty much working. I'm really happy with the Tuesdays. So yeah, I'll be back in 2 weeks on Tuesday. And we can do the same time, Lou, an hour later, whatever you guys want. This works for me. This was 12 o'clock Atlantic time. Yeah, I've got, yeah, in 2 weeks. That would be perfect. All right, thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful afternoon, and I will see you soon. Thanks, everyone. Bye.